last year we celebrated, records for us. So, we turned in our biggest quarter in the middle of coronavirus, which was really great. We decided to close early on a Friday and do a happy hour for the whole team. We did cocktail making all together. I think we had like 80% of the team come, which is like more than we've ever seen at a happy hour. Is honestly one of the coolest things that I've got to do from an engagement perspective. And I've done a lot of events for Bold Penguin, and this one, really felt, important and special.
All right, today we have with us Josh Kohlschmidt, Director of SMB Experience at Bold Penguin. Welcome, Josh.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. Excited to get your perspective. So you celebrated your 4th Bold Penguin anniversary last December, I think, which makes you an even older OG than Chris Peabody, who I had on a few months back.
That's what insurance is. It's building trust.
So tell me about those first few months at Bold Penguin and what your journey has been like on our very rapidly evolving glacier.
No, so you got that exactly right. I was our second, employee on staff, which has been, really cool to see us grow. And actually, I started out contracting with Bold Penguin even before I was an employee. And, one of the really fun things was, I'd met Ilya and he said, I want you to come in and learn our business. And, at the time I was in professional politics and traveling all around the country for a campaign. So, my first experience with Bold Penguin was talking to SMBs from hotel rooms, and SMBs is, our term for small to medium business owners. And so, we started building from there. Ilya had me learning the business. And when I came on, he said, grow the business. And, that covered basically everything, right? I did recruiting, I helped run the team. When Ilya said, we need to start doing things to celebrate people. So we started building the culture. I started building office furniture as we expanded, and then eventually was tapped to run Commercial Insurance Center, which is my current role.
Now that is quite the growth to go from, calling small businesses from a hotel room to now, I think we're up to 2 million quote starts powered. So
yeah, over 2 million small businesses, looking for insurance, and to be able to power that experience is crazy.
Yeah, huge shift. And for the uninitiated, can you explain what the Commercial Insurance Center is?
I like to think of Commercial Insurance Center, the call center team, as kind of the beating heart of Bold Penguin. We're doing stuff to generate quotes, all over Bold Penguin. But a huge amount, the majority of what we do flows through that exchange. And it's where, that like human-centric technology comes closest to touching the actual people it serves.
And like most organizations, Bold Penguin went fully remote in 2020, basically overnight. So leading a large customer-focused team during that time must have had both its challenges and rewards. What advice do you have for other leaders tasked with building and maintaining a strong customer focus and team engagement in a virtual environment?
It's really important to be intentional about like creating and preserving your culture. We started adding more social hangouts to the calendar, so just some time where you're talking to your coworkers. So, I'd say first thing is, focus on that agent experience, like really, try to wrap around and care for that team. And the second thing, to start in a place of trust, because you lose a lot of communication, right? They say 90% of communication is nonverbal. So when you're remote, you're losing so much of the give and a take that, you can get in an office. And so it's easy to misconstrue a call or misconstrue, a comment in a coaching session. And so something that I have to really stress, you got to trust your team, and you got to always approach any situation from a perspective of trust, and assuming you got the right people doing the right things. It's a really important shift in this time. People need to feel like you've got their back, because it's a pretty isolating time. So yeah, I'd say spend every second you have on team experience and trust your team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think those are both very relevant points right now. I recently saw an article shared on LinkedIn. The title was "The Paranoia of Virtual Work" and how easy it is to feel disconnected, and thus, had that paranoia of where do I stand? Where do I fit in when you have a virtual world? And certainly with a customer facing team, that just increases even further. So certainly that trust, that's that is key. And we talk a lot about human-centric technology, empowering the human in insurance. So what are your thoughts on this? What does human-centric innovation mean to you, and how long until we're all replaced by robots?
It's something we've always stressed at Bold Penguin, and something that's it's been one of the real reasons that I've stuck with Bold Penguin, was this idea of, human-centric technology, right? I've seen too many examples in the world, right? Lines, phone lines that you call where they try to use technology and replace a human. And it just ruins the experience, right? I'm sure you've done it, where you're sitting there like trying to navigate the menu just to talk to a person, and you're like, my choice doesn't fit into these 3 boxes that you've given me, and you're like yelling at an IVR, like, I just want to talk to someone.
Yep.
Like, this is a simple issue. It'll take me 2 minutes if I could just like talk to someone. So, like I joke and I say, like, I think that the future is in cyborgs, right? I think technology empowering the human experience has been a theme for forever, right? I'm a big science fiction fan. We always talk about it, but I think the coolest technologies today are the ones that combine those in practice, right? That take technology to get rid of the stupid parts of the process, the parts that aren't fun, the parts that are repetitive and really a machine can do, and enabling the humans to spend time on those things that humans are just better at, right? And insurance is a great one, right? Been on this, BPTV's talked about it plenty, but how much we care about the agents in the process and how important that advice is.
Yeah.
And we see it too, right? Our technology helps our part go a lot faster. And I think that's really powerful.
No, I think that makes perfect sense. It's about empowering the humans, and then the humans who are empowering the small businesses, and it's making all of those connections. Yeah, and I think so much of the technology, especially the technology that Bold Penguin is building, it's about making the human's life better and easier, and the work part faster. So definitely not replacing them, but making their work streams move so much more efficiently. And coming from the insurance side, I think that's something we can all embrace. So I think that's a very relevant approach to human-centric technology.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat today. Really enjoyed your perspective as you and your team on the front lines of small business.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Thanks.